I thought it was the neighbors, bad insulation, old pipes, something normal, something explainable. But the laughter didn't move, it didn't echo, and it didn't fade. It stayed directly beneath my feet. The house was cheap, 2 tree, concrete foundation with no basement. That's what the listing said. But every night, they started again. Soft at first, whispers, then giggling, then full conversations I couldn't understand. I started recording it and playing it back the next morning, but none of the sounds came through. It was just silence. On the fourth night, I heard my name, clear, perfect, right under the floorboards. I froze. I didn't move, and I didn't think to breathe. Then another voice, a child's voice, told me to come down. There was no down. There was no basement. I told myself I was just tired and that I was losing it. It was just stress. Until I noticed something. The kitchen tile. One of them was warmer than the others. I knelt down and pressed my hand against it. Warm, like something alive was beneath it. The voices got louder, excited. The voices told me I found it. As I pulled the tile up, underneath was dirt. Not concrete, not foundation, just loose dirt. That's when the smell hit me. Rot. Heavy. Wrong. But I just kept digging. I don't know why. I just needed to know what was down there. About a foot down, my fingers hit something soft. It was fabric. I pulled it up slowly. It was a shirt. Small. Child-sized. And underneath it were bones. Tiny and delicate. I fell back gasping, but the voices were louder now, louder than they'd ever been, laughing and crawling ever closer. "You're almost here," the voices said. The hole widened on its own. I swear I didn't dig it. As the dirt collapsed inward, it was like something below was pulling it open. It turned into a tunnel, black and endless. And from inside it, dozens of voices, all telling me to come down. I should have called the police. I should have left, and I should have run. But I didn't. I grabbed my flashlight, and I climbed in. The tunnel was just wrong. It was too perfect. The edges were too smooth and too round. It wasn't a tunnel that had been dug. It looked like it had grown. The walls felt soft and warm. They were breathing. Then I saw them. Shapes. small, crawling around the walls. Children, or what I think used to be children. Their bodies stretched and twisted. Their eyes were too wide, and smiles were too big. All of these figures were staring at me, and then they whispered, "You came." I tried to go back up, but the tunnel behind me had closed. It was just more wall, more flesh. "You live above us now," the voices said, as one of them crawled closer. Its bones cracked as it moved. "You hear us every night," another voice said, as if right behind me. "You were supposed to come sooner." As I turned, there were more, dozens, pressing in, smiling. Then I saw it at the end of the tunnel. It was something massive. Breathing, roots and veins stretching through the walls. And inside them, bodies, hundreds of bodies, still moving. "That's where we grow." As the thing pulsed, a voice said, and I felt something wrap around my leg, tight and cold, pulling. I screamed and grasped and tried to grab the walls, but they just gave way and my hands filled with dirt. It was soft like skin. The last thing I heard before the dark swallowed me was my own voice from above, walking across the kitchen. And then I heard myself whisper, "Come down." If you're hearing this from above, it means you're next. And I'm still down here.